Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Covering both sides of the big issues with the analysis you trust on News Radio 1040 WHO.
Diddy is going to get a verdict, I think, tomorrow, because very similar to why they're going to put this bill on the president's desk in time for July 4th. These people want to go home, okay? Trust me when I tell you that. And, I'll tell you who else is going to tell us that. And how much that kind of thing plays into things is my lawyer buddy, Jeremy Rosenthal. Jeremy, Friday verdicts, verdicts before a holiday, that is quite commonplace, is it not?
This is what we call in the legal profession 5 o'clock magic. Yes, It happens. And I'm not a big fan of it, but it's reality. This jury's been at this a long, long time. They've whittled this down to one small issue. So I would be pretty sure they're going to get this done tomorrow.
So for those of you who are just joining us, the jury has said, hey, we got verdicts on 4. We cannot agree on the first count, which is the most serious count, which is the racketeering count, right?
That's accurate, right. And they've got 4 out of 5 verdicts. We don't know what they are yet. They could be 4 acquittals. They could be 4 convictions. They could be 2 and 2. We just don't know. We just know that they're deadlocked on this last one. The judge has given them what's called an Allen charge, or it's also called a dynamite charge. The dynamite charge says everybody get along and be willing to change your opinion, but, we understand that you should stay strong and not change your opinion, but you should really change your opinion because we spent a lot of money doing this and we don't feel like doing it again. So let's just go home. That's kind of what an Allen charge says.
Okay. All right. So are you a betting man? Yeah, of course you are. What do you think?
I tell you what, I bet you we got some, I think we've got some guilty verdicts in here. I think we're going to have a mixed bag. I think we're going to get several guilties and maybe 1 or 2 not guilties. The more questions, Simon, that you give to a jury, I'm a big believer that juries do a lot of what we call splitting the baby. We read a lot and we see a lot about these runaway juries and juries that have these really out-of-this-world verdicts. That is so rare. I think it makes the headlines when it does happen. The more questions you give a jury, the more back and forth you're going to see. So I think you're going to see a split decision.
Okay. And what about this one they can't agree on? The most serious one. I mean, that's the one that comes with the most time and everything else. See, I just put this into my own head. Okay, I've listened to the jury. I've listened, to the evidence. I'm in the jury room. I've listened to my fellow jurors, and I'm sat there and I'm thinking, okay, well, pick a side. I think this guy is guilty, and there's 11 of them that are saying we think he's innocent. You need to change your mind, or the other way around. And I'm like, I just don't see me changing my mind.
At this point, again, it comes down to, do we want to be off for the 4th of July? That's why if anybody listening to this ever has a choice to have a jury trial, the only real good reason you should have to try a jury case is to pay your lawyer so your lawyer can have a nice vacation. Other than that, you're subject to the whim of let's get out of here at 5. I think a lot of people agree with you, Simon. I think that a lot of people are going to say, look, I've been in here for a month. You're not going to convince me otherwise. The racketeering charge is confusing, and the judge reissued the jury instruction. And of all the charges that are there, it's the most probably difficult to really wrap your head around. That maybe that's why they're struggling with it. We'll probably find out at about 9:15 tomorrow morning.
Okay, so if they come back again and say, sorry, Judge, we cannot agree on this at all. It doesn't matter how long you leave us in here. We're not going to agree. What does the judge do then?
The judge will accept the verdicts on the ones that are agreed, and he will mistry, or the jury hangs on that other one. From that point, let's say, for argument's sake, if it's 4 convictions and a hung jury on the
racketeering,
on the racketeering, if it's hung on that one, it depends on what they found him guilty on. Maybe the government's going to be happy with their pound of flesh, maybe not. Maybe the jury's going to, if it's the other way around, you can bet that they're going to still go after him on the racketeering. Also, experience tells me, and just my gut tells me that they're going to come to a verdict on this last one. You go home overnight, your brain janitor sweeps up, and you wake up in the morning and just rub the gunk out of your eyes and say, let's just convict the guy. I think you're going to see a verdict on all 5 tomorrow. I really do.
All right. So you're falling on the side of let's just convict the guy as opposed to let's just acquit the guy?
I would say if they were hung up on a lower charge, I would say that this is more likely an acquittal. Because they're hung up on the most major one, it makes me think that they went to the lesser ones and convicted them. Again, this is all junk science.
Sure.
You and I know the same thing, and you said I'm a betting man, which I am. You're correct.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not very good at that, so we're going to stick to our day job. But yeah, that's kind of where I see this coming down.
We're talking to attorney Jeremy Rosenthal, and we're talking about Diddy or didn't he?
Very good. Yes.
And we're going to find that out probably tomorrow ahead of the July 4th weekend. People want to get out of here and get on with their weekend. And if they acquit him on the racketeering, I mean, it's the hardest one to prove. And most of the other lawyers I've spoken to, they don't think the government went far enough to actually get over that heavy lift. So if they acquit him on that one, what kind of time might he be looking at? Do you know?
If they acquit him of the racketeering, but they hook him up on the other ones,
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go by the federal sentencing guidelines, and it's really going to kind of depend on what they get him for.
Okay.
So he's got some bumps and scrapes in his past. Those are going to add to the criminal history factor. The federal sentencing guidelines a big matrix, and so a sentencing. These are really severe charges. Even if he walks on the most severe one, he's going to do some time. I venture to say probably north of 8 years.
North of, you just broke up at the crucial moment. North of how many years?
8 years. North of 8 years, I would say, yeah.
All right, and of course he's already done the time, so he gets that knocked off, and then probably it's federal, right? So there's no time off for good behavior, right?
That's right. You go to Angry Summer Camp, and it's day for day.
Mm-hmm. Jeremy Rosenthal, thank you very much. We always appreciate having you on, and by all means, give out your website, my friend.
TexasDefenseFirm.com, and you can email me congratulations when I prove to be right about everything. And I'm going to say the verdict's going to be 9:15 Central, 10:15 Eastern. There you go. Write it down.
So you're putting prop bets on as well.
All right. Yep.
I'm actually not going to care because I'm going to California tomorrow with a whole bunch of my listeners for a week. So there's that.
All right. Well, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
I will. Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate you, my friend. You take care. Have yourself a great rest of the day and a wonderful 4th. What is your go-to on the grill?
We're going to go with hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Yeah, we're going to go with hot dogs. Yeah, we're a basic guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, even though I do not endorse them, I am available. By the way, Hebrew National. The best hot dogs out there are indeed Hebrew National.
Let's do it. I don't discriminate.
No, there's a reason. There is a real reason. Do you want to know for real? I'm not messing around with you. So Hebrew National hot dogs are kosher. And that means they can't use the sweeping ups from the floor to include in the ingredients. It has to be pure beef.
Yeah, you say that, but it's all that good bacteria that really makes us tough.
You can't call it a kosher hot dog if it is not kosher, my friend. So, trust me, just trust me. Go get some Hebrew National hot dogs, man. You'll thank me.
I will.
You will. You'll thank me later. And you got the name for it as well. You know, you're probably a member of the tribe like me, so that's cool. We got to stick together, man. Jeremy Rosenthal.
You nailed it again, Simon.
Jeremy Rosenthal. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a great 4th.